Okay, it's on. So we'll be recording.
Hey, what's up, guys? That was weird. I don't know what to say. I've never done this.
I know it sounds like a beginning of a porn. Like, I've never done this before.
He's like pizza.
I'm the pizza guy and you're the. Never mind. So how's it going, everybody? This is the very first episode of CharroBeans. How do you feel about the name?
It suits.
It suits.
That's what it's about, right?
Yeah. So basically, we're charros and we're beans.
I'm bean. This guy's from Cali.
Oh, you're right. I'm not. I can't really say I'm a full-on bean.
Fucking phony.
That's what. Yeah, I'm a phony.
Oh, can we cuss on this? No, right?
Can we cuss?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Okay.
No, so yeah, we can cuss. This is our podcast. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Oh.
You gonna say anything?
Hi.
Bitch. All right. Anyway, this is the first episode of CharroBeans, where basically, like we said, we're two charros with two beans.
Two beans?
Yes.
That was horrible.
Why?
I don't know.
Anyway, so we're two mariachis. That's what we do. We live our life on the weekdays and we party up on the weekend nights.
It's like we work all week and then we work all weekend.
So basically, we get no time off.
Yeah.
We're basically aging like crazy.
We got no friends.
We got no friends. We not only we got a lot of money though.
My boss does.
My boss has a lot of money. Oh shit! No, so this is our first episode of our podcast. We kind of had this idea to where we kind of just talk about it. Like we just said it right now. If we needed content, we get it every week. Do we not? Yeah. Every weekend we start in the group we're in. We're in a group called Mariachi here in Fort Worth. Oh, in the DFW area.
Right.
And my name. I mean, say our fucking
bro,
name.
It's like everybody already knows this. We don't even know.
Obviously, nobody knows who the fuck we are. My name is Sammy Ramirez.
My name is Victor Estrada.
It's short for Dictor.
Oh yeah.
No, but we play in a group called Mariachi here down here in DFW, and we've known each other for a long time.
Fuck, too long.
When did I meet you? Like, we talked about this the other day, but
it was whenever I went into high school, so like 2000.
Oh, I talked about this with you. I didn't know who Victor was for a while, but I knew of him because in middle school you were that kid that was kind of good at classical. Because that's all you did. You just played classical, right?
Well, that's how we all start.
Well, yeah, but I didn't do dog shit with it. I was never good at that shit.
Shut.
Yeah, but so me and Victor have known each other for a long time, and I kind of pitched him this idea of a podcast where we just kind of talk about mariachi, but not in the way to. I'm not here to teach you about Jose Alfredo or Jorge Negrete, what the fuck they were doing, because I don't know. I'm not a historian, dude. And Victor was like, "You can't do that."
Yeah, because I don't know.
Why? Why can't I do it though?
We don't have the PhD. Pretty huge thing.
No, I basically told him, I was like, how come mariachi is the only subject you can't make fun of? Not make fun of, but or make a parody of it.
Well, fuck. I feel like a lot of people are like they try to be very what's the word? Like professional with it, you know?
They're very proud of it.
Like they try to be like, you wear the suit like this and you play like this, and like any other form is like a type of disrespect, you know?
It's yeah, exactly. That's kind of how I felt about this. I was like, I don't know if anybody's ever done a podcast like this where we kind of talk about it in the sense of we're not gonna make fun of anything here. We're not trying to offend anybody with this, but I just think that there's so many mariachis out there, right? So many people playing it on the weekends and stuff like that. That I feel like, you know how people are. We're around them, like in Dallas, in Fort Worth, in Arlington. We've been around Well, that sounds kind of weird. We've been around a lot. We've been around a lot. So we've met mariachis everywhere, right?
Right.
And everybody's cool for the most part. Like as far as everybody sabemos cotorrear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like as soon as you try to make fun of it, parody in like in an actual setting or anything, people take that as disrespect.
But I don't feel like it's anyone. I feel like it's like a certain like group, you know? Like it's not bigger than most. It's just people that actually like tell what they think about it, you know?
I guess.
Because if you look at it, like it's when you post all those parody videos, like
we'll
everybody for the most part likes it, you know?
Yeah.
You get more likes and more like this shit's funny than people that are like, yo, this is mad disrespectful.
This is blasphemy.
Yeah,
basically, right? That's what
much.
people tell me. So what he's talking about is I've done these parody videos. It's not even like I do a lot of them. I've only done like three of them.
Done like 3, yeah.
I've done like 3 videos that were mariachi parodies, and not only did I get heat for it by people, people were telling me, "Hey, why are you doing this? This is fucked up." But for every person that was doing that, I had 20 people that were laughing at them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people that. Like when you post something, like you know how that como el balcón mariachero and all that.
Yeah, balcón, exactly.
Where they post something like I don't know, someone forgot their boots or something.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not all the people that are like this is like disrespectful, like shame on you, or whatever. It's very few people, but like nobody else comments. If you look at it, you know.
Exactly. So that's kind of what I had as the idea. I was like, why is it that mariachi is almost one of those things that people really can't like talk about it in any more sense of the professionalism that it is. And I felt like we had the opportunity to do this where we just kind of talk about it. We kind of talk about what the fuck we did this past weekend, what was funny about it. Because, you know, we've been playing together consistently, I guess, since I graduated college, right?
Yeah.
Because you came in like a month later.
Right.
But before that, I've known you, like you said, since high school.
Right.
But I told him, I was like, we're always just fucking around at the gig anyway.
Yeah.
to the point where our boss has to fucking yell at us because we're fucking up.
We're being too loud, apparently. Which I mean, I get, you know.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of our fault. We're over here like they're over there singing their heart out, and we're over here like.
but I mean, we're doing our part at the same time, you know.
No, yeah, exactly.
Like we're not fucking it up that much. Maybe we don't know a song or two, like for gig, but like we kind of established the background so they can like do their thing.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But sometimes we can get kind of loud, or like, or like we're too close to each other, and Arturo just looks at me like,
"Can you shut the fuck up?
You're not getting paid today, bro. Like, 5 menos."
Hey, exactly. And it really is just because I mean, if we don't fuck around, I mean, sometimes the gig goes slower. You know what I mean?
You're just standing there.
And that's kind of what we want to talk about in this podcast, where we're 2 dudes and we kind of just want to talk about it. I mean, I feel like everybody has fun in mariachi. I don't think anybody hates it unless like you really have no money and you're just doing it because like you're pimping yourself out and like, bro, I need this bread.
Bro, like, after this gig, I gotta go up another group.
Dude, have you met people like that? That are like,
Muñeco.
Yeah, Muñeco. Yeah, there's a guy here that plays with us. All he does is work, man.
Yeah, dude, he's like, I'll ask him, like, you work? He's like, oh, yeah, Monday I work with Jalisciense 3 hours, like, and then Tuesday I went with Flaco, and then so-and-so, and I'm like, well.
I'm like, did you sleep at all?
Yeah, dude, I'm like, it must be nice, like.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he does. He kind of just finds gigs, and he plays all week long. Do you think you could do that shit? I couldn't do it.
I feel like I could do it, but I would probably establish like maybe like I'll play like all these other days, but maybe not Monday through Wednesday. That's like my rest.
I guess so. Yeah.
You know? Like
I guess for me, I like it because I play from like we play usually Thursday to Saturday, sometimes Sundays.
Yeah, like we have like a set schedule. Like like Thursday, it's a plan. Oh, we had Thursday.
Oh yeah, Corona has forced us to not play on Thursdays.
It gave us a forced vacation.
We're basically in jail.
Right.
But we have it's kind of consistent here, which I like that, you know, because it allows us to be on a schedule and you don't have to worry about gigs.
Yeah,
for
like
the most
it's
part.
basically like Thursday and Friday you have the plantas, like they're set, you know, and then
yeah.
and then the only day you can't really plan is Saturday. Saturday you just gotta like give it all your time.
Saturday becomes the day where everybody hits you up and you're like, no, well, For me personally, nobody hits me up.
Yeah, me too.
But I mean, well, that sounded so sad.
I'm like,
Nobody hits us up on Saturday.
But it's almost always too, because people know, bro. Like they know that we be playing too. But
I'm like, it's probably because I know I hate him too.
now that my wife works nights, like she doesn't care. But before, like she's like just chilling at home, like you okay? Yeah. So that's basically what this podcast is gonna be. Just us just kind of fucking around, talking about what we do at gigs. Eventually, I wanted to if we get people to listen to and they like our shit, we could have some of them on here. You know, either virtually or actually here at my crib. We're actually at my house right now.
Yeah, boy.
I don't have a we don't have a professional studio or anything like that.
We're not there yet.
My fucking dog is crying.
I know. I was hearing that, and I was like,
I thought it was a ghost at first.
I'm like, you got the wrong house.
We'll fuck you up. I never dropped a ghost before, but I mean, I wouldn't hesitate. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Nah, but yeah, we're here at my crib, and we just kind of want to sit here and talk about it with you people, and I'm hoping that eventually you guys like it too. I mean, we're not trying to give anybody a history lesson. We're not trying to make anybody dumb, make ourselves we're like, oh, we're fucking chingones, because there's people like that.
I feel like it's basically just like our experience and like
Basically.
our POV.
Whoa, POV.
Yeah, like point of view.
Right. Nah.
Don't ask me how I know that.
Oh,
Quarantine's
shit.
been a long.
Quarantine. I was like, my premium right now.
It's free right now. What you mean?
There's like girls on there listening, and they're like, I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
If any dudes know, I mean, that'd be pretty cool. But anyway,
They should all know.
oh, hey, maybe not.
That means. Okay, moving on.
Moving on. Eventually, we'd like to have people on here, and they can listen, and they can be a part of it. If we don't get fucking shut down by like Jose Hernandez or fucking, I don't know, the ghost of Gaspar Vargas.
Los discípulos.
Los discípulos, right? Nah, we're just here to kind of talk our shit, but also, we love mariachi. Do you love mariachi? I mean, you wouldn't be playing it.
I'm like, it's all right.
I mean, I wouldn't commit to it.
Yeah, right. It's got like a side.
Yeah, it's more like my Sancha. It's not. She's not my main, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, like I feel like you can't get mad at what we say, because every person that I've met, like they make some type of joke like it.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Like
that's
whether it be like they're like como no hablan de caimanes or like
Yeah.
all these gigs, like if you get offended, it's like you're just too into it.
bro. Get
Yeah.
off your high horse. Basically.
Yeah, like you've done it, you know? Like we've all joked about it. We've
Yeah.
all said stuff. We've all forgotten a moño. We've all forgotten
Yeah. It's like
an
it's
instrument.
it's like you
know?
said. It's balcón. It's like balcón. Everybody knows what balcón is in the
Right.
mariachi world. I mean, there's so much shit that happens in mariachi that doesn't get talked about unless you would like your homies,
Exactly.
right? Nobody knows those stories, especially because I want this podcast to be for people that maybe aren't mariachis.
I was gonna say that, like maybe for people that like they wonder how it is.
How it
for
is
us,
exactly
you know?
through our POV.
Yeah, like
That's what I'm saying.
And it's different when they ask about it, like, hey, like, how is it to be a musician or this? Because you
Yeah.
kind of like blank out, you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
this,
yeah.
like, you and me have already done. We talk about this all the time.
This is a public record.
Exactly. And I feel like it's more natural. Like, you'll get it more because, like, we'll explain what some things mean. And it just feels, like, better.
I guess so. Yeah.
You know?
And
Because when they ask you, like, hey, like, how is it? How's the gig life? You're like,
yeah.
I don't fucking know. I just go do it.
I was like, I don't know, bro. I just fucking show
Yeah,
up, dog.
like
No, but that's the thing too. Like gigs, our experience is gonna differ from someone in New Mexico, California. Fucking, are there mariachis in like Vermont?
fuck.
Do you think?
Probably Poquillos.
You remember Pancho used to work in Boston?
Right.
Apparently there was fucking.
But they have to like accommodate, because I think
Exactly.
they had like an accordion or something.
I mean, we have some like that here too.
I know, but they didn't have a choice. You know? You know what I mean?
Like, this is the only bro that
Yeah.
can show up, dog.
Yeah. It's like those old ass albums, and you see like in the cover it's like a harp, and then it's like a really weird guitar, and then an accordion somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's like in their own little town. It's like, hey, what do you play? Accordion. Pues vente. You know?
Vente, güey.
Yeah, like
You got anything to do? Like, we're just gonna, I don't know, build my house.
pretty much.
No, they're like, hey, bro, you got time for a gig? This is what, in like the 1800s? I don't know. Whenever this fucking shit started, they're like, hey, bro, like, you got anything to do? Like, no, it's the 1800s. The fuck am I going to do?
Just sitting here watching my cows.
I don't know, probably start a family.
Right? That's how they end up with 16 kids.
I know, dude.
You're just going to sit there, look around. Oh, let's make another one.
Yeah, that's the reason there was that many people, because there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
God damn.
Or they're like looking at the crops. I need another worker. Just go make one.
You just call your wife like, Sarah. The fuck over here. He's like, I need 2 or 3 ASAP.
Right?
Shit, man.
He's like, how we doing last time when we got those 2 at the same time?
So were we doing missionary or
Oh, no.
what?
Fuck, we're gonna get like rated
We're
R or something.
Oh, that's what I want it to be. This is no holds barred, man.
Oh, it's like, we're not here for the kids.
I mean, kids can listen to it. I don't give a fuck. They're like, what is this? Mariachi. We're gonna put it under the educational tab.
For real?
So
I
that
mean, it is kind of an education.
I know. That's the point of it. We're here to educate. Not educate, more like make you worse.
We are the corruption that your parents talk about.
Exactly. No, but we want to come out here and just talk and share our experiences with people. Like I said, they might be playing in fucking. The people that I know of are gigging in New Mexico, Texas,
Right.
Cali. Oh, we didn't even say that. We're from Fort Worth.
Oh yeah, we're from Fort Worth, Texas.
Nobody knows what Fort Worth is.
Yeah.
Because then they're like,
That's why whenever someone asks me, where are you from? I'm like, Dallas.
I was thinking about this earlier because I was going to say like, oh no, me, I'm Sammy and this is Victor and we're from Fort Worth. And I know someone in fucking like New Mexico is like, where the fuck is Fort Worth? You know?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this. I was like, well, you have to say we're from Dallas, right?
Yeah.
But Dallas is like the brother that you have that's like a fucking delinquent.
Yeah.
But he's cooler than you. Or like everybody thinks he's cooler than you.
Yeah.
And we're over here getting straight A's, like passing our classes. And
We're like going to college, meanwhile they're like, hey, like 10 a G.
God, they already had like 3 kids and
Yeah. From
fucking
3 different girls.
Yeah, exactly. Like Dallas is just fucking up, and Fort Worth's like quietly just being a good boy.
Pretty much.
We're good
just
boys.
grinding.
We're good boys.
Like the difference in like ambiance is so, like you go to Dallas, like the highways, they're all like messed up. The people, they look at you like, le voy a robar algo, right? You know?
Can't have shit in Dallas, basically.
Yeah, dude.
No, but we're from Fort Worth. Like I said, this is the next portion. Now that everybody knows who we are, just cutting stuff like that. Are you cold? You cold?
A little bit.
You want a blanket?
Low key, bro.
I mean, I'll get you a blanket.
No, it's cool.
Oh, I don't want you to fucking get pneumonia in here.
No, it's cool. I'm just nervous.
Why are you nervous?
I don't know.
It's just me. It's just me and my dog Sophie, bro. And she's locked up right now.
That's why she's crying, dude.
Exactly.
She's like, shut the fuck up.
She's like, it's fucking cold in here.
Fuck.
No, but if you want a blinky, this one right there.
Right. We're like, I thought I'd come with Sophie, dude.
No, I was about to say something. We're going into the next part, which
Right,
is
we're
basically
going-
now everybody knows what the point of this podcast is. So the next part is basically going to be like how we got to know each other. How
Oh, yeah.
How-
We kind of already did that, too.
no, well, all I said was I knew who you were, like in high school, right? Like,
Right.
because you are what 2 years younger than me.
How old are you? 25?
Yes, I thought about that for a while. I'm kind of old. I'm on the older side now, but so are you. You're 20.
23.
You're
yeah.
23.
I'm right behind you.
So I'm pretty sure someone's gonna give a shit because they're gonna be like, estos vatos que todos chavalos jóvenes ni saben qué chingados.
Bro, I mean, if you don't like it, like, just don't listen to it.
Exactly. That's
I
what
think
this
that's better.
podcast is. It's a fuck you to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that in the bio. No, but like I said, this episode will be for us to kind of introduce ourselves, what we do. Like we said, I met Victor when he was a scrawny little boy, or not even. You were always tall. You're like 9 foot tall.
9 foot. I think I'm 6 foot
10
right
foot.
now.
Oh,
I'm
6
like
foot.
6 foot straight.
Damn, that means that. Yeah.
kid. No,
Nah.
I think when I've seen you like a lot. Like I remember, uh, since our my middle school. Well, I knew about you when I was in middle
Yeah,
school,
we went to JP Elder Middle School here in Fort
Right.
Worth.
and at the time that I knew him, I was in that middle school, and
Okay.
and Sammy was in North Side,
Yeah.
and I think y'all went to go play at our concert, our Christmas concert,
Oh
or
yeah, we
spring
used to have there.
concert,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that's where I saw you, and I was like, damn, that sounds kind of cool.
What was I playing? Was I playing Golpe already?
I think you're playing like a little bit of. I think you were playing. Yeah, you were playing golpe.
Because I mean, that's what I played in high school. I played Golpe, until my last year. That was when I played Vihuela.
No, but then you play like viola for like competitions.
Yeah, because Pepe would go up to sing. We didn't have any
Right.
singers. We were talking about this. Nobody fucking. If you were in a high school competition or like back then, a lot of the girls sang, but none of
Right.
the boys did. You know why? Because we're a bunch of pussies.
Hey man, don't include me there. Right, I don't sing either.
I don't sing either. Yeah. Oh, basically, none of us sing, and we're both pussies.
Yeah, that's why we're always in the back.
We're always exactly. We're in the background. That's what people need to know. What we do in the background.
Right,
It isn't much.
right. And I'm trying. I'm really trying to remember how we really met, because it's all a blur. Like high school, it's just like I should remember
Like I've done
little
hella
little
drugs
parts.
since then.
No, I don't know about you.
I did hella coke.
I just do math like.
Pussy.
And I'm just trying to remember, cause
Yeah.
like I remember my first year, my second year, a little bit of my third year, and like my fourth year, it's just
A blur.
yeah, it sucks. But like I said,
That's
like
pedo, güey.
nah,
Nah, tampoco.
I would have like overdosed with my fucking
Chocolate milk.
I was too skinny to even try.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna talk about that.
And like I said, I remember seeing you like performing, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
And the next thing I remember about like us is you trying to bully me. You're like, hey, like come hang out with us.
Yeah, that was
And
in
I'm
high
like,
school.
That was when I was transferring. It was like during the summer. Like
Well, we're doing like one of those summer workshops,
I
maybe.
think so.
That's the first thing I remember actually seeing you though,
Oh.
because like I said, we knew each other kind of in JP Elder,
Mm-hmm.
and then we both went to the same high school, Northside High School. I'm two school grade levels older than you, right?
Right. So when I was a freshman, you were like a junior.
Yeah, I was about to be a junior. You were about to be a freshman, right?
Right.
So I remember we used to practice in the band room
Mm-hmm.
back then. We didn't. So mariachi, we'll talk about that. Well, mariachi there we didn't have a lot of like funding or a lot of I don't want to say support. I'm sure there was people who
Right.
supported. It's a lot bigger now, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So back then we used to practice in the band room. That was like our classroom, basically.
Like
And
if we wanted to go to trips, we had to like actually work for it.
Yeah,
like,
we
had to wake up like every Saturday morning and then go play at restaurants.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else we did.
It's crazy because before, yeah, you had to fundraise to go on a trip, and now people are like, just go on the trip. We got you.
Yeah,
Bro.
like,
We got you, bro.
Yeah.
You think we don't got money?
I think they had like a whole parent thing. Like
Yeah, they
like
have a
parents
PTA
used to-
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
Which is
like,
they were trying to do with us, but I mean,
our parents were like, no.
yeah, my mom was the same way. She's like, I'm not gonna do that shit.
Yeah.
She was like, go to school, go to your school again. Like,
Yeah, right.
already picked your ass up. He's like, the fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah.
Uh,
Dang, times really changed, man.
Yeah, and that's kind of stuff we want to get into. But yeah, so basically, I remember. Yeah, you're right. We had that summer transition. We did those workshops, and I remember you were this quiet. You still are. You're still pretty quiet. I mean, you said yourself you're nervous, kind of
Yeah.
doing this podcast.
I just like to keep to myself a lot. Like,
Yeah, you're
like
you're introvert.
With you, I'm cool. You know, like
Yeah.
people that I know for a while, like you, Cynthia, Joanne. You know, I'm
Yeah.
cool with all you guys because I already know you and I
Yeah.
already know like
They're your buds. They
Yeah.
already know who you are, how you are.
yeah. But when I'm with other people,
You're a
or
bitch.
if I just hate you, I'm just like
You got that stink face.
fuck out of here, dude.
You got that resting bitch face.
Yeah, a lot of people do tell me that. Like, dude, you look like either you're in deep thought or like you're trying to kill someone. Like,
Oh shit.
you hit someone. And
Oh,
I'm like,
I didn't know
dude,
you were that hardcore.
Oh, I'm not. Like, I'm just chilling. And
You're like, hola, I'm Victor.
yeah,
right
right.
after.
It's like, hey, how are you? I'm like,
How are you?
I'm getting you. Like,
Well, back then you probably had a higher
yeah,
voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember your voice back then, but
You sound the same.
I've
to
always
me.
sounded. Oh, I've had this voice since I was born. I've always sounded like my balls dropped
like-
at 2 months.
It's like you're boing like wah, wah. Like, what's wrong with this kid? dude?
Like he sounds like a man. Pinche hombre, wey. No, I've always had a kind of a low voice. I don't remember it being high. I have more
Yeah.
memories of it being low.
Right.
That's why I don't sing, because I would just sound like,
Shut the fuck up.
I swear, it's hard. Me da miedo, güey.
Sí, güey. Miedo de qué?
De esta.
To get all the girls.
Yes, my wife would be very mad. Oh, I'm married. Victor. Victor's a little cutie.
Right.
No, you're more attractive than I am, and you got that 6 foot tall.
Bro,
Frame.
we're really gonna be homo in this whole
First
thing?
episode? Hell yeah. You're telling me we went full homo on the first episode? Yes, hell yeah. No, okay. So anyway, we got to we got to that workshop. I didn't know who he was. He was just. I did know who he was. I had the myth of who he was. He was this kid that was pretty good at classical, which is why you play harp now, basically.
Right. That's
That's kind of how you got into that realm.
yeah. That was actually thanks to Panchito.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 'cause apparently the harp player that was there. You had another harp player before me.
We did.
Yeah.
Who?
I don't know. I forgot his name.
Not important. I don't know him.
Well, I think it's 'cause it was like they got it like the year before me. So that guy only had like 1 year, and like he didn't do much. 'Cause
Oh.
I mean, no one really teaches harp, but
Well, I guess nobody gives a fuck about this kid because we don't know who he is now.
Well, yeah, and it was Panchito and Nino, and he was just basically like, he's good with his fingers. He said something around that. He said something around that. So he should play harp.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh yeah, and then he kept forgetting to bring the harp. So
Your first harp was a piece of shit too, right?
yeah,
Like looking now to what you have now and the harps you
yeah.
have played, it was basically like 2x4s
yeah, dude.
with some fucking shit ass strings. They're probably on there to this day.
Yeah, freaking.
But yeah, I remember that. So you were the quiet kid. You came in. You didn't want to talk to anybody because you were kind of introvert.
Right.
And I remember.
Do you know it's just such a bad thing? Like
It's not.
I'm just chilling, and then you
Yeah.
guys were like, talk more. And I'm like, I'm
like,
sorry.
Hey, bitch.
Yeah.
Are you gonna say some shit or what?
Yeah. It was like it just took me I think like the first like semester there where I had to get comfortable with you guys,
You have to
know?
get comfortable.
And I wasn't that much after that.
I'm kind of the opposite. Like I'm kind of quiet. Like maybe a couple days and then a weekend and then
Bro,
I'm
like 15 minutes.
what up, bitch?
Like 15 minutes, you're like, so what's your life story?
So I could just make fun of it. So I could
Yeah.
just roast you.
Yeah, right.
So I could just roast you.
So you can come back to it and be like, your mom's a hoe.
Oh shit.
I'm like, I know from experience. Like,
Yeah, exactly. So I remember, Victor was over there playing like some fucking, what was that, Asturias or some shit?
Yeah.
You're like, you're over there playing like classical. He was over there playing in the corner. You might as well have put like the saddest soundtrack in the back.
Right.
Like, you were in the back just by yourself, and I remember thinking like, poor little dude, man.
Right.
We should give him a chance. It felt like one of those movies where like they make the ugly girl like pretty, like they make her pretty. But yeah,
like she doesn't take care of herself, and like she has crooked teeth.
yeah.
She can't talk.
You had crooked teeth.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm explaining.
Oh, it's because you got braces now. You know that's in now to have braces.
Well, I did it for like a health type of thing, 'cause like
No, but I'm saying like it's cool. It's a cool thing to do now. Like
really,
see, way like
that shit hurts, dude.
all the Mexicans are like, tienes brackets, way.
Wow.
Do you know that?
No,
They call
did not know that.
call them brackets. Yeah, dude.
I mean, it's frenos, but
I know, but that's what I'm
Fucking
saying.
man.
Like you're cool if you got braces. You came in at the right time to get braces, basically. When I had them, I was just a bitch. Fucking, I was like fucking nerd.
I mean, I did it 'cause apparently, like, it could get worse, you know. Like,
Right, yeah,
So
for your
I
health.
didn't want it,
Yeah.
especially 'cause I just had to stop being a bitch. Like, I started the process when I was 14.
What process?
Like, of getting braces.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like,
That long ago?
yeah, but like I kept bitching out 'cause it's a lot of things for me.
Yeah.
Because for the people that know me, they know I had the worst teeth. Like,
Oh yeah, you look like a vampire got punched in the face.
Right. And they never recovered.
They never recovered. They just stayed where it was after el putazo. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, and it was a lot of things to do. Not a lot of things, but like it was just a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
And now I had to get the courage, and I did it. And
now you're beautiful.
Pulling through. I mean, I still have the braces, so.
Yeah, but you're beautiful.
You're beautiful.
Thanks.
I'm not. What
were we talking about?
I'm not. Let's pause real quick.
Let's take a break. And yeah, so Victor was just sitting there like, we're like, hey, let's give this boy a chance. Let's tell him to come hang out. Because we used to do that thing after practice too. We used to walk to the store. Remember the little tiendita that was right there? So walk over and get snacks like before practice and stuff. So like, we're gonna let this boy into our inner circle. And I remember I think it was me, right? That told you. I was like, hey, bro, come over here. And you were like,
I'm just like, get us still at
the time, right? Yeah. Like, I fucking hate this short ass dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm only 5'5", bro.
I'm like, I miss my buds, dude.
from middle school.
Because if you look at it too, like, it was just me that made it.
Yeah, in your year, right?
It was just I was the only freshman in that group, and I'm just like looking at y'all like, fucking hate y'all.
Yeah, so let's fast forward a little bit. So yeah, basically after Victor got cool with me and stuff like that, he came in. We played my last 2 years at Northside, right?
Yeah,
basically. After that, we were pretty much buds. We knew each other, and like I said, he plays harp. I tried. Well, he tries to.
Yeah, I really do.
I mean, it's a horrible job. Right? But he plays harp, and he also plays all the armonía. So in the mariachi right now, he plays bass. Because we need one.
Yeah.
We
no
need
one.
No había nada más. And they're at Northside. I would play golpe, and I would also play vihuela towards the end. And that's kind of what I do now. I play vihuela, and he plays guitarrón, and we just have weekly gigs and stuff like that.
I feel like I bonded more with you after we started playing on the same outside group.
With Allende?
With Imperial.
Ooh, I forgot about that. Yeah. I completely skipped everything.
Yeah, because I remember, we got along and all that. But after a while, you were like, apparently, I think it was Jesse that was a bass player before me.
Oh, in Imperial?
Yeah. Point is that, like...
Yeah, we needed a bass player.
Yeah.
I remember this. Yeah, right.
And, like, once again, like, no había más.
No había nada. Yeah. I remember them asking me, like, the boss there, he was like, hey, do you know anybody? I was like, not really. But even looking back, we didn't play much in that group. True. We played like your standards, which was like El Rey.
I remember we do like this little planta, and then we get like, I think we got like $20 out of it.
Oh, I was thinking about that the other day.
We spend it like a Denny's.
Exactly.
After that. Like, what was the point of all of this?
So what he's talking about is back in the group we were with. I wanted to talk about this. So like back then we weren't making much, but it was a lot for the time. Yeah. Right? Like we were making like what? Not even $100 a week.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
But like he said, we had a planta that we'd play on Sundays of all fucking days. Who the fuck has a planta on Sunday? I mean,
and also like take in mind that we weren't the guys that like kind of started with mariachi. Like there's people that start with like because of their parents, like and Charro.
Right.
Like we were in the type that we know all the rap and we know what's going on. We know who these people are. We kind of like we kind of just I stumbled into it, because of middle school. And we played in this little group where everybody around us was sort of the same.
What do you mean?
Like
sort of the same.
Like they started like at school. It was just like
it was Northside's group outside.
Yeah, pretty much at the time.
Yeah, we had elements from like Arlington and people that maybe didn't go to Northside but they went there a couple years back.
Yeah.
So we knew each other like that. And it's like you said, you don't have family that does mariachi, right?
Right.
Like you're the first mariachi, really. Mm-hmm. And I'm the same way. My sister sang, but she never played an instrument. Yeah. And I was the first mariachi. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna get share like estos vatos ni saben qué chingada. But I mean, we've been playing since I've been playing mariachi since 2008. So it's been like 12 years.
I think that started around 2010. Because I started my 7th grade.
Oh yeah. Well, I started my 8th grade when I was actually playing mariachi. Like I picked up the vihuela and I just kind of stayed there. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I feel like we know enough to work. Well, it doesn't matter how much I know. This is my fucking podcast. We're gonna do whatever the fuck we want. You can listen to it, or you don't have to.
It's like I said, it's our experience.
Exactly, it's our experience.
What we go through. or what we think. It's whatever. Like I said, if you don't like it, just don't fucking listen to it.
Don't fucking listen to us.
You're not liking it right now. Fuck it. Just fucking quit it. Like quit it right now.
Actually, don't tell your friends.
Yeah.
Tell your friends first, and then quit.
But before you do that, like share with your friends. You know, they might like
this
it.
episode is sponsored by.
Yeah.
Just go right into it. No, and that's a good point. We played in this outside group, like, and I started like in 20. I was like a sophomore in high school when I started playing in Imperial. It was an outside group here in Fort Worth.
Fuck, like it's a blur for me. Like Cynthia's the one that asks about this.
It's like you said. We needed a bass player, and I had already been there.
Yeah.
And then they asked me like, "Do you know anybody?" And I was like, oh, "Fuck, not really," you know. And I was like, "Well, there's that kid that plays harp."
Right.
And I was like, "And he plays guitar." I'm like, "Yeah, he can play guitar."
See,
I mean, I was like, "Well, he's musically inclined. He'll figure it out." I'm like, if he can use all his fingers, I'm sure.
Right?
I'm sure he can play fucking. If he can play 40,000 strings, I'm pretty sure he can play fucking a 6-string guitarron. He's got it, bro. You shut up, bro. How do you play this damn thing?
Yeah, I remember I showed up and I was like, "Fuck's going on?"
Your first gig was it Afogatas?
I don't know.
You remember that?
I don't remember.
You remember?
No.
Do you remember the restaurant at least?
Yeah, I remember the restaurant.
Okay, so we used to play at this planta called Fogatas over there in Fort. It was over there by Norbert. No, Hearst. No, I don't fucking know.
It was going up 35.
It goes north and then pa allá.
Yeah,
That's where it is. But basically, I remember.
It was pointing if you weren't looking.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Eventually, we might record these podcasts with the actual video, but till then, video. No. Anyway, I remember your first gig at Fogatas. Like they kind of said like, "Oh, yeah, bring the dude out." So we brought you out, and I still remember that. Like thinking,
dude, I remember I was so stressed out
because you didn't know
it was
shit.
so shitty. Like the most common songs, Acá Entre Nos. I'm like, what is
that?
Yeah. I'm like, damn, La llaves de mi alma. What?
We might as well we might as well be saying like hieroglyphics. You
Yeah,
know
dude.
what the fuck? I remember
Fuck.
that. Yeah, I remember like you were just trash, and I remember thinking like, "Fuck, I'm gonna get fucking fired." I was like, "Fire, man! That's like cara la verga, wait, no." But I remember you didn't know shit. But I mean, we all started like that. I remember like playing in a group for the first time. We relied heavily on music.
Right.
Like so.
Yeah.
So if you remember, in this group, we practiced weekly. Sometimes like twice a week.
Why did we practice?
Why did we practice twice a week?
Now that I think about it,
I think we thought we were Vargas.
We never learned any new songs, right?
No, we did.
We did?
We would get music, and then we would go over them y todo. But as soon as we got to the gig, we would play all the standards. Because nobody wants to hear, like, you know, yo sé, what was that one? Si no te hubiera sido, we did like a whole arrangement to that.
That's what that was for.
And we only played like I want to say like 10 times in the time that we were there.
And I think it was around the time too where, like, if we played like 2 hours, we
ran out of songs.
We repeated songs. Like we played the same songs over.
Yeah.
That's crazy compared to
now. We just had a 2-hour gig yesterday.
No,
y no se acababan las canciones, güey.
Now it's like, ya no hay song? No. Okay, sale. Like,
Yeah.
Bro.
That's what it is now, you know. But looking back, we didn't know because we were so reliant on music.
Yeah.
So
we're very technical.
we didn't even have an understanding of like primera,
Like
segunda,
talón.
tercera.
We
You know,
didn't know.
or
what
talón. We didn't know, bro. You call a song, we might as well not have listened to you.
Yeah.
We're gonna be like,
We
all right,
didn't-
all right,
didn't
that's a
know
good
how-
suggestion, but we're gonna play it.
Yeah. Or if we did know it, we're like, yep, nailed it. Yeah.
Dude, if you had videos then, we were probably stupid
Yeah.
trash. But I remember, I remember your first gig, you were trash, and you didn't know how to, you played like the guitarrón, it was kind of shitty too. And looking back, I remember when we lost our bass player, I played guitarrón for a bit. That's what it was, because he was playing guitar, the El Jefe del Grupo.
Yeah.
He was on guitar, and I was by myself on bass. And that's when he asked me if I knew a bass player. And I said, "Oh yeah, well, this dude, we brought you out," and yeah,
and that's where we're like, not where we really started talking. Where
Yeah.
we're like,
because we used to, so like now we're used to all being in a van, right? With our boss now, we all take a van to the gigs. We all get there at the same time. But back then, what we did is
We carpooled.
we carpooled,
Fuck.
and I didn't fucking drive. You didn't
Yeah.
fucking drive. We were all. I was probably like 16, 17 at the time, 18, and you were probably you were the youngest
I was
one.
probably like 13,
Nah, you weren't 13. Way
14?
you were like
15.
14.
Wait, how old were you?
I was 2010. That's like 10 years ago. So, oh shit, I was like 15. Yeah, you're
So,
probably.
so I was 13 because we're 3 years
Damn.
apart.
That's when you started.
I guess.
Fuck, we pimped you out pretty early.
Like I said, it's all a blur. Like,
It's all a blur.
It's coming back to me.
Yeah, and that's what I want to talk about. It's got to be a record, man. And I remember, yeah, like we said, we used to carpool. We used to get to the. So when one person didn't show up, like till 10 minutes later, we were fucked.
Yeah.
You know? We were like, "Where the fuck is so and so?" It's like, "Oh, I'm in. I'm 2 towns over. Y'all can start without me. Like we can't start without a fucking."
That's crazy.
Yeah, man, and we kind of took advantage of them because we didn't have cars, dude. I mean, in those ages, we didn't have cars. I didn't start driving till the very end, and like looking back now, I don't know.
I didn't start driving. Period. Like I was still too young to even like try.
After I got out, right? Like you were still there. No, were you still there?
You were there, and then that thing was there like 6 months more.
And then you dipped.
Yeah.
You were like, "Fuck this."
Yeah. Fuck.
Thinking real hard, like start tearing up.
Right? She's be like, I need a moment.
Damn, man.
I'm gonna go talk to Sophie.
She's over there crying too. Like she's like, "Bro, don't bring up these old feelings again." Oh shit.
Yeah, and that's where like we really started talking.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just like got more together, and especially after because I remember like you even played bass for like some things in Northside. And that's that's where I learned how to read bass notes.
Oh, really? Because I didn't know.
Yeah. Because I was playing a harp, so I had to play the bass line.
Yeah, you had to learn how to. Yeah.
And for some reason, you were playing bass, and you were like, "Hey, what's this part?" And I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like as I counting the spaces.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like 2 spaces
Yeah,
below or up. So I thought it was batallando. Like every note is like we put like the letter under that note.
Yeah. So for anybody who doesn't know, to this day, I can play bass. I
Can you?
Well, yeah. No, I can play bass. Like with this group right now, that's how I started with them. I started on guitarrón, but really with guitarrón, like I can't read. I'm not musically inclined, is what I'm trying to say. I can vihuela chingón. I can do all the manicos. I can read them all or whatever.
Oh.
Los toco bien.
¿Y esta?
Y esta también. No, but when it comes to guitarrón, I played guitarrón out of necessity. Like someone that we ran out of guitarrón players, and they were like, "Hey, can you play bass?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can figure it out." I literally figured it out. Because I mean, if you're playing a ranchera and do, it's all the same fills, you know.
I mean, after a while, you kind of notice that everything goes together, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're like, okay, like Viguela's playing G, so I play G and D.
A.
Or if it's un son, G, V, D, you know.
Yeah.
Like after a while, you're like, okay, you kind of get it, and you start building off of it. You know, like okay, that's that key, so this key must be this so and so.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like I figured it out because I had to.
Yeah.
They didn't have a guitarrón player at Northside, and they didn't have a guitarrón player at our outside group Imperial.
Yeah.
I remember we went to Albuquerque.
No.
Right. Were you there? No, yeah, you were there. You were playing harp.
Okay. But we went to Albuquerque like 2 or 3 times.
Okay, when I went with y'all though, in Northside.
I'm sorry.
You know, like I need more details.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I remember I was gone. I went to Mexico for like
I remember that.
for like 2 weeks. And y'all practiced without a bass because I wasn't there. And then I showed up, and then we went to Albuquerque. I had never gone over the songs with y'all, and I to this day I never even saw the music. I just figured it out over ear, and I would practice like in my head. Like I put on the song.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. No, it sounded pretty good. But I'm saying like to this day I still can't read the bass clap. I can't do that shit. I'm not musically inclined like that.
Well, you're just from like you're more of a feel type of guy.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Compared to like someone that would rather have like
the music.
Yeah. It's just the type that you.
It's like you said, everything's the same. Yeah. Like after a while, you know what's gonna happen. You know, I'm like, if it was like a Sergio Caratecha arrangement.
No, eso sí.
Eso sí.
Agárrate, cabrón.
Eso sí, persínate, cabrón. Like, I couldn't play those bass notes for guitarrón.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I'll fuck that shit up real quick. You can't bullshit that.
Yeah, it's also specific.
Yeah, it's so specific.
It's not primera, segunda, tercera. It's like all the numbers.
It's like, how many notes are in the guitarrón? Like,
Yes.
So-and-so, we're using them all.
Yeah.
One right after the other. And,
Jesus,
shit.
yeah.
And they're like, by God.
Just like heavy breathing. You're like, you're like sweating up to the fucking song, dude.
Yeah, I do sweat a lot from my forehead. Like, so I'm pretty sure all this sweat, I probably sweat like a gallon that day.
Like yesterday's gig, they were all outside.
Fuck.
Hasta yo, like I don't really sweat because I don't have. Like,
You don't have body fat.
Well, I do have body fat, but not as much.
You don't have the good kind, the one that keeps you warm, because you're a bitch. You're over here fucking cold, bitch.
Oh yeah, you want to go there?
You want a blankie?
Yeah. No. Fuck, what are we talking about?
I don't know.
Shit.
Damn, this is the first time we just completely fucked.
Yeah,
we've been going pretty good.
Yeah. No,
Right.
and you were saying something about Albuquerque.
Yeah, I went to Albuquerque. Didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah,
I played
yeah.
guitarrón.
Yeah, and you still pulled it off. Like
Yeah, I pulled it off. Sounded good. I forgot the bass. You remember that?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it's where you borrowed that badass one.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude,
So,
that was a chingo.
so what had happened is we were going to Albuquerque, right? But I'm not a guitarrón player. Like me myself, I'm not a guitarrón player, right? So our director goes, "All right, make sure you bring everything that's yours, right?" So then I'm like, "Okay." So I got my vihuela, I got my maleta, I got all my shit, my knickknacks, my whatnots, my snacks, and then I get in the van. I think around Amarillo, somewhere around there. I look in the back of the fucking van and I'm like, where the fuck is the bass? I was like, where the fuck is the bass? And I remember we were riding with our director, and I'm like, hey, Mr. Nino, did anyone bring the guitarrón? And he's like, what do you mean, sir? Or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah, when Nino gets all mad, he turns kind of more formal.
yeah.
He's
like, what do you mean, sir? And I was like, because I didn't bring the guitarrón. Basically.
He said, he's like, oh, el vato.
Yeah, dude. Then I was shitting bricks. Then I was like, fuck. I was like, we're about to do a competition, and I don't even have the fucking bass. No, dude, I was scared. Way, I llorar, way. Nah, never.
No, but when you think about it, there's a lot of other people that are pretty cool. And
See, I didn't think about that though at the time.
Nobody did, because nobody knows like what you're gonna expect there. You know.
No, but yeah, I guess like as soon as we got there, we asked like some. I remember we went to like his hotel room there. We were like, hey, can I borrow your bass?
Yeah.
And I remember like for the competition, and I never got to practice with it. Like I think we went through it.
We went through it.
We went through it, right? And they let me borrow it, but like it had a different action and it had a different feel and everything. Because the one we had over there at school was that Ruben.
Yeah.
And it was pretty good. It was like, estaba suavecito. That one was harder. Like, estaba más, pues ya tiene.
But it sounded real good.
It sounded good, yeah. Not in my hands. But it sounded good.
I don't even remember what we played, but.
Oh, we played it. Este es mi México?
No sé. I remember we played it at some point. We played it at some point, but I don't know if you were there. I remember playing Las Mil Amores, but I don't know if you were there.
Nah, yeah, that was before.
Sones de Veracruz. It must have been that one, because you had to play bass for that.
Yeah, but that was in California.
No sé.
The Albuquerque was the next year. Stupid. 2012 was Nationals. 2013 was Albuquerque.
2012 was Nationals.
Because I had just graduated, and that's like that summer.
Oh yeah.
Stupid.
Bro, we were talking about like 2020, like 8 years ago.
Jesus. I remember like it was yesterday.
No, but
it was yesterday.
Fuck.
I'm still 18, bro.
Fucking
Chimeco.
Yeah, and after that, like, you kind of went to college, and I started doing.
And that's when I got away from you, bro.
Yeah.
We kind of went our separate ways.
Right.
You were like my girlfriend back home, and then I was. No, so then we need to finish this. We need to wrap it up, like our story anyway.
Okay.
At least this part. So yeah, after that we went to I graduated. I went to Texas State University, And you still had another 2 years of high school.
Right.
Yeah. So you.
And by then I was already gigging a little bit more with like more.
Oh,
outside
the
groups.
other outside group. I
Yeah,
got you.
and that's where they started really kicking my ass.
Oh, so you. Actually, I joined Allende. What the fuck? Can't fucking talk. Allende. I joined on guitarron, but for like 3 weeks. I only played 3 weeks guitarron with them. They whooped my ass, dog. I had never played like that. That was the first time I played like pesado, cabrón.
Yeah.
Like where like you said, do you know this one? No, sadly.
Yeah, pretty much. And I feel so sorry for cause I played with them too for like one gig, and I feel so sorry for Adrian, who was a real player.
Because you didn't know shit.
Cause he was smiling and he had to play and he had to like sing and play, and then every once in a while he'd be like, "Sol." Right? Like he was struggling with me. Like I was just this like he was this like man, and I was this big ass weight on his shoulder. I was just like making everything harder for him.
It's like, hey bro, can you tighten this shit up?
Yeah. Can you get it together, bro? Goddamn.
My ears are bleeding.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God.
Yeah, dude.
But you know how pesado it was, right? Like to us, because like we said, we were so reliant on music.
Yeah.
Like someone to give me a shit of music, and I think that's what like really helped us to this day.
Yeah.
Because after you basically get your ass handed to you, you're like, oh fuck, there's a lot that I don't know.
Exactly.
And then after that though, after I got I learned how they work. I never knew mariachis worked that hard. I really didn't, because I came from that other group, Verial, where we practiced and we did actual arrangements and shit. Yeah. But it was never anything like you said. After 2 hours, we ran out of music. Yeah. We had to repeat shit. But granted, we never took like 3-4 hour gigs, and now that's kind of like the new norm with these dudes. Hey, how long are we playing? 4 hours. Oh, chingon.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, you're like, oh, I'm in for a fucking long ass gig, but I mean, you're not worried about it. You know what I mean? And it's crazy how like we went from that to that in the amount of time that we're at.
It was funny too, because after you left, like you gave Arturo my number,
right?
And then
that's how you got to
he called me, and we get to that, and I played.
He's like, sí, Victor.
Yeah, and then I got my ass handed to me or whatever, and then he calls me and he's like, "Hey, you want to join the group?" And I'm like,
what?
Like, you sure?
What?
And I was like, yeah, okay, that's cool. And like I joined, and then I got fired.
Why'd you get fired?
Because I wasn't shit.
You got fired?
Yeah.
I didn't know this. From Allende?
Yeah.
Well, who came in after?
Heido.
Oh, Heido. Right. So you're basically like, hey, bro, so there's this little thing that you do where you don't, where you don't know shit.
There's little things you do in the songs, like you don't play with our notes.
You're like, what?
Yeah.
The Pikachu face?
No, I was just like, dude, I understand. Like, I would fire me, you know? He was trash.
The fact that you've given me this much money. The fact that you have given me this much money.
You got scammed, bro.
Yeah. You're like, hey, got his ass.
Yeah, that too. Like, like the first week I played with them, like you're not used to it, so I think I got like $200 like in one day, and I'm like, what?
You're like, is there a mistake here?
Yeah, like I think you gave me everybody's pay, sir.
Right, señor.
Yeah, you talk all formal because you don't know him.
Yeah. I was like, parece que me diste de más, no?
Yeah.
I know, that's just today. And he's like, oh, my bad. And gives you another $50.
Yeah, right? Like, or he does that thing where he's like, hey, homie, I owe you 50.
Hey,
like,
homie, I owe you 50. ...
Yeah. Te pago la siguiente semana. You're like, all right, cool. Like, no, but yeah.
And it's funny how, like you said, $200. I don't think I got $200 in a month in that other group.
Yeah.
It's because we were kids, man. We really were kids. And
yeah, like, it was, like, in Allende, like, everybody kind of, like, lived out of it at the time. Like, the people who were there, they lived out of it. Like, And over here, like, somewhere, like, I think some were working. They had other jobs, is what I'm saying.
Right.
I was trying to go into specifics, but I was like, fuck, I don't remember how to get out of this. Like, they worked or they were going to school or something. Like, it wasn't the priority how it was in the other outside groups, you know? It was more like a hobby.
Right.
You know? If anything, it was like a school group without the school.
Well, for me, it was a way to see my girlfriend. I had a girlfriend at the time. I'm married now though, so it's all good. My wife's not gonna listen, bro. She hates
like,
me.
Yeah, right. She's like, I support, babe. And then like when she goes to the podcast, like she just like rewinds it all. Right?
She's like, yeah. She's like, I listened to all of it. She just she gives me the play and then she dips. She's like, yeah, me dormí con él. Like 5 minutes later, she knocked the fuck out.
You're like, what do you think of the podcast? She's like,
Right, the dead face.
Yeah. Killed it,
Oh,
baby.
shit. So yeah, that's so after I guess you got fired, and then
like I went to college or whatever, and I still hadn't seen you. Like I didn't see you for like a good. There was like a good gap where like
I don't think I saw
talk
you.
That much.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, we just kind of no. I didn't forget about you.
Oh.
I still had all my memories, you know. But like, yeah, there was a time.
I still liked your pictures.
Yeah, you were just kind of like that dude on Insta, and I was like, damn, cutie, and then double tap. But then after that, you went to school, right? You went to well, I was at Texas State. I played with the group there at the Texas State group.
And
Mariachi.
for like a little bit, I went to community college. I went to
TCC here.
A little
Fort
bit
Worth.
to like the Valley, and then I came back. And
You played in Baby S-Line, right? What they call them?
I tried.
I tried. I
I
showed up.
I got fired too. It's cool.
Basically, this is a story of all the times I got fired.
I'm horrible after this.
Yeah.
And I came back and I played with some other groups, and then that's where we got back together, because after like had to quit.
Yeah.
And Arturo was like, "Pues no hay más."
I'm like, fuck that dude.
Yeah.
No, but you were a lot better than like.
Well,
you got
like,
the hang of shit.
I had gone through all these groups that little by little I was catching. I had like a point in my life where I was like, dude, like I want to play good, so I actually listened to like all the recordings and like try to play it right.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I was like, nah, le echa ganas, güey.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it how everybody does it now.
Yeah.
And that's how I got most of like my shit together.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's just kind of like like I said, everything kind of put itself together, so you just have to follow that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Once you got the hang of that, you're pretty much good to go.
Yeah. And then I've been in this group for about
since I graduated when I came back. So I stayed in San Marcos for the 4 years. I would come back and periodically like gig with them.
Right.
I would come and really they if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have survived, because I would come down for like a weekend, and that was enough money to prolong me, you know, like a whole month. But because over there, down south in San Marcos is in between Austin and San Antonio. But like nobody gives a fuck if you're a vihuela player.
Yeah.
Especially because I don't sing. They're like, "Hey, bro, can you sing songs?" I'm like, "No." And it's like red. Like they're not gonna bring me to the gig.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Like, cause you're like everybody plays different, like in Mexico and Cali, but it's also very different from like the northern
region,
Texas,
right?
To like
that's what I want to get into
middle
later.
Texas,
yeah.
And then like the Valley,
different
it's
regions.
all so different.
I can't say about Cali or anywhere else, but at least in our experience, we've gigged from here to. I've gigged in Central Texas of San Antonio and Austin. You gigged down there in the Valley. And I know there's different parts of Texas where people work very differently. You know what I mean? Like I don't know about El Paso, but I know people play down there too, and everybody has like their own not style, but the way they conduct things and how much they make, and exactly how gigs go and stuff like that. So I want to get into shit like that, you know.
Yeah. So
everybody has at least our experience. I mean, I can't really say much about them, but I mean. Fuck them.
Right. It's not their podcast.
Yeah. So yeah, and then after I left San Marcos after the 4 years, I came back to Fort Worth, and you were like my babe, bro. I came back and you were here waiting for me. You were like I was like, damn, she's still here.
Oh my god, you're waiting all this time.
A puppy.
Yeah, and
so
it was all very fast.
Yeah, it kind of happened quick, right?
The last group I was in, I got out because I was just tired of those people.
Yeah, it got to be too much.
Yeah, and it was really quick because I got to play with you guys, and then Arturo was just like, "Dude, how to quit? You want to join?"
And it was quick. It was kind of quick because I came back in May of 2017. And I came and I played all the summer with our Heido is our is the guitarron player that played at Allende, right?
Yeah.
For people that don't know, he was playing there for a couple of years, and then towards the end though, he was gonna become a teacher,
Yeah.
full on mariachi teacher. So he ended up, he's like, hey man, I might get out soon. I'm like, oh shit, fuck, that sucks, because I had been playing with him for a while now, so we got our groove, and I see, like when you have, it's like any other coworker. If one
Right,
leaves,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck, man, like.
You're like, I have to get used to this one now.
Yeah, the dude that comes in and shit like that. So I already had a bit of a rhythm with him and stuff like that. But then he said he was going to quit. He's like, oh, I'm going to become a teacher, man. It's like, oh, shit. Well, badass for you. And he actually moved on with his life.
Yeah, right.
We're over here still playing for freaking these dudes at parties. And then he was like, I might ask Victor, like, if he wants to come help. And I was like, oh, shit. That dude?
Right? You're like, fuck.
Nah, I remember him saying that, and I was like, oh, well, yeah, maybe that could work. But I didn't know Arturo was going to offer you the job and shit, because I remember you came, for, 2 weeks after he left, right? And then he was basically like, hey, you want to join the group?
I'm out.
No, I meant, he had already gotten out, and then you came in,
Okay, yeah.
and you played, maybe 2-3 weeks, and then Arturo was like, or, a week?
No, dude, it was the same day.
He was like, bro, I need help.
Yeah, legit, I think Arturo called me, I don't know if a week before or a day before.
Yeah,
no me acuerdo. But he called me, he's like, can you help me for the planta?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, dude, for sure. And then I got there. I think you and me even rode together in
Mhm.
your little...
My Lancer?
yeah, you still had that car.
My little Lancer.
And I walked in and he's like, ni me dijo hola, güey. He was just like, dude, how to quit on me. Like,
right.
Yeah,
I remember this now. Yeah.
And quién sabe qué, he's like, you want to join? And I'm like, then you're not seeing me play first? Like,
do you want me to audition?
yeah,
You're like, I'm better now.
I feel like you have to know, I don't know, when you hire someone, like
the job interview?
yeah, something like that.
I guess you don't need that.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, you want to join? I'm like, yeah.
You're like, bro, I brought my resume. You don't even want to take a look?
And that's how it started.
Yeah. So after that, Victor, since 2017, we've been playing consistently.
Yeah.
So it's been this August will be 3 years, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't count. So
I'm like, bro, I failed math. Can't even read.
You're like, I'm just trying my best, bro.
Yeah. I'm like, you didn't tell me how to talk about my academics.
He's like, bro, to be honest, I felt English too.
Yeah, right.
I did not need the credentials for this show.
Now people know I'm an idiot.
I'll bum the fuck out. Fuck, people think I'm a fucking idiot now.
All this hard work to build an image of myself, and it's just all down to drain.
Fuck, man. My whole life, dog. Shit, man. No, but yeah, that's basically where we're at now. Like I said, we've known each other for a long time, and we want this podcast to basically just be about us, man. Our experience living like this. I want it to be somewhere you can come in, have fun, and listen to our cool little stories. Because like I said, all we do at gigs is what? Fuck around.
Just we don't get us wrong. We don't try to make the group sound bad. We do our job. You know,
we do our job decently.
yeah. It's not great, but it's there, and we try to keep it together for the most part.
Yeah. No, but we are though. You don't sell yourself short either.
I said for the most part. We can't lie here, dude. Arturo's hearing this.
I know, dude. Our boss is listening to this like, those fuckers are always messing around.
I'm this close to calling some VIPs. Swear.
But yeah, so that's what we want to do here. Just kind of, you guys sit back, listen to the stuff we kind of go through on a weekly basis, kind of go off and talk about random shit, mariachi related. Maybe even just some of our experiences in life, man. I mean, I want people to come in and have fun. Like I said, at the end of the day, this podcast is for people to know that mariachi doesn't always have to be so serious.
Yeah, because it's not even the people that critique it, they're los mariachis son muy alegres, you know.
A huevo.
We're very even if I'm serious, I'm very talkative sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, if when you're at a gig and a client talks to you, you kind of you're trying to be sound like you're cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, you know, I hate to talk, but but I'm there.
And now I have you on a podcast.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm doing this against my will, and
basically
I'm trying my best. And I feel like a lot of like mariachi people will relate to us.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I want. I want people to. I know people feel like this when they're at gigs, and I know we all have the same kind of sentiment. Sometimes people don't want to talk about it because, like I said, there's kind of a stigma with mariachi sometimes, where people don't want to talk about shit or they're too scared to get people offended. But at the end of the day, bro, we're just human. We're just a couple of dudes. It obviously the guys that are like in these big groups and stuff like that know way more than us probably. Yeah. But at the same time, they're just human, just like you and me. Yeah. Like we're not here to put anybody on a pedestal, and we're here to praise people that obviously have done it like all their lives, you know, the legends and stuff like that. But I'm not here to like hype them up. Like I'm here to just talk, man.
It's like I said, like a lot of people are gonna relate, and we're two of many, you know. Right. Like if you see a lot of other people's snaps during gigs, like kind of that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing. Yeah. Right.
Like we all hate Mariachi Loco. Like we all know the songs that are gonna come up.
I kind of like it.
Shut the fuck up. Like we all like we know the songs that are gonna come up. Like everybody knows like I don't know like the top 10 songs that everybody's gonna ask. Right. You know, like the type of clients, like type of gigs. Right. You know, like I'm pretty sure there are gonna be some people that are gonna be like, dude, yes, fuck it up, boo. You know.
That's what I want. I want people to come here and I want them to laugh. I want them to listen to this on their way to the gig. So that, you know what I mean? That's really what it is. Sometimes you have a long drive, sit back and listen to us fucking talk about some bullshit. And hopefully you have a better understanding of, like, even if the person listening right now isn't a mariachi, that at least they'll have an understanding of what mariachis go through on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and kind of just our experiences, get to know us a little better.
Like, yeah, we're gonna explain a lot of like what our terms mean, like because we have little like slang stuff.
Oh, like, a little slang,
maybe not stuff like what si bemol means or anything, 'cause that would fuck us over. But yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, there's like I said, mariachi is a topic that has so much to it, but I feel like there's not much of an outlet, kind of like this, where we can sit back and we're like I said, dude, we're in my crib. We're just fucking here talking. Yeah. And this is for you guys to come in, have a good laugh, and hopefully you guys come back. This is kind of our pilot episode. We're pretty much done. we went over an hour.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, dog.
Fuck. Now people are gonna be like, this is too long. I'm gonna listen to this shit. Fuck.
That's like a whole episode of like Law and Order. What the fuck?
That's 2 episodes of The Office, bro.
Do you expect me to sit there that long?
So you think I don't have a life? But I mean, hey, you're probably in quarantine, so.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're doing. We're not. Yeah.
Like I mean, we're gigging, but we're still in quarantine. Yeah.
Texas be like,
yeah.
It's like you can go outside, but you can't go outside.
Yeah.
But if you want to, you can go outside.
It's like you can go outside, but you gotta pay bills. So you gotta work. So you gotta go outside.
But you better not go outside.
Yeah. Like, fuck, man. All right.
Shit, man. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, this is our first episode. This is our pilot. By the next time you guys hear from us, hopefully this will be up. And I want to make a podcast, Instagram and social medias. So hopefully you guys can like and subscribe, all that bullshit. I'm hoping you send this to your friends and you guys had a good time listening to us. Fuck around for a little bit. This episode was a little bit more just to get to know us. Right. But I hope you guys are in store for some good little stories, having fun.
Yeah, we have a lot of stories.
Like, yeah, man. Too many.
Like we were talking about how we have a lot of just enough stories from like this last week, you know, like
right.
Like imagine all the other 3 years that we played together.
That or just before that, man. Exactly. There's a lot there. So I hope that next time you guys listen to us, this will be up and we'll have everything ready to go and you guys come back and listen to us hopefully next time.
Hope to see you
guys. So this was Sammy and Vic. This is CharroBeans. CharroBeans.
Fuck.
You want to sign off?
You sign off.
No, you go first.
I don't know how to do that.
I don't know either.
Fuck.
Just say something like peace. Or I don't fucking know.
I'm like, peace, you guys. See you later. Please come back.
Please come back. And we're out.